up, you guys? It's your girl Leah, and I'm back with another video. Today we are talking about investing in the stock market. So we've all been there. We were flipping through the channels and we heard something about Dow Jones.
Who is Dow Jones?
Or the S&P 500.
What football team is that?
But in the back of your mind, you were like, it's probably something that's important. Well, that's why you're here today. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about the stock market, at least a broad overview, so that when you get caught up in a conversation at work, you have something intelligent to say. So what is the stock market? And why is everyone talking about it? According to Investopedia, the stock market, aka the equity market, aka the share market, is the aggregation of buyers and sellers of stocks, also known as ownership claims in businesses. Think of it like a puzzle piece. Let's say I own a business, I'm willing to sell a puzzle piece at a certain price. The puzzle piece would be considered a share, also known as a stock in my company. So you buy a puzzle piece, you buy a puzzle piece, and you buy a puzzle piece, and all of those puzzle pieces form my company. So essentially buying a stock is like buying a puzzle piece from one large puzzle. And each individual piece helps to make up the bigger picture of what a company is, or even a portfolio of companies.
But Leah, why are stocks bought and sold in the first place?
Well, I'm about to let you know. As a shareholder, you have an opportunity to make a profit off of stocks. Back in October 2009, Google stock was priced at around $275. If you look at the stock price today, it's going for over $1,200. They pretty much quadrupled their investment. That's why we buy the stocks.
So what do the companies do with the money that we buy the stocks with?
Good question. They take the money and they use it as an investment into their company. Use it for expansion, to hire more employees, or to even do some big project. Any enhancement to a company increases the value. Now we know that investing in the stock market can be quite profitable. With great returns come great risks. It's almost impossible to predict how a company is going to perform in the future, which is why investing in the stock market can be pretty tricky. It's tricky because share prices can rise and fall within seconds. Confusing as the stock market can be, we can get a pretty good gauge on how the overall market is doing with indexes such as the Dow Jones or the S&P 500. The Dow Jones is an industrial average of 30 of the largest publicly traded companies on the New York Stock Exchange. The S&P 500 is another index. S&P stands for Standard & Poor's 500. Which is pretty much a conglomeration of 500 of the largest publicly traded companies in the US, which is why a lot of people refer to the S&P 500 when they want to talk about how the economy is doing or how the stock market is performing. Now, both of these indexes can be found on two of the largest stock exchanges, one being the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ is also another index, but it's also its own stock exchange. So you can go to either one of those to get a pretty good idea of how the stock market is performing. Now, whenever you hear a phrase such as the NASDAQ is up or the NASDAQ is down or Dow Jones is up or S&P is down, you can kind of get a gauge of where the stock market is going. That is why it's important to know that the stock market can be highly driven off of company reputation. So depending on how investors assume that a company may perform in the future will pretty much drive how the stock is going to perform. For example, if they think that Facebook is going to do relatively well, they may buy more stocks now so that when the company is making more money and is valued at a higher price, they can make a profit off of that share. So that's pretty much the overview of the stock market. And if you have any more questions, go ahead and comment them below. And if you haven't already, go ahead and like this video if you learned something new. Any questions that you may have about finance, you can follow me on Instagram, DM me. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned, and I will see you soon.